Hello and welcome to week 4 of our USPS course. I hope you're enjoying the summer. It's moving quite quickly. In fact, this is the week that is going to be our midway through the course. So I want to remind you that one of your main goals for this week is to develop and post your proposal for either your final video project or your digital portfolio. You will need to post that proposal on our course website, the WordPress website, by this Friday, June 27th. I'm not looking for a really elaborate proposal, but I need to have the main theme that you plan to work on and at least 5 questions that you would like to pose regarding that particular area. So if you're writing about a congressional campaign, 5 questions related to that campaign that you'll investigate in your portfolio. Or if, for example, you're looking at the impact of Supreme Court decisions on the lives of college students, and you're interested in how their civil rights and liberties have changed over time, you'd want to have 5 or so questions posted on that if you want to do a video on that. So make sure you pay attention to that. Think carefully. I know that your questions will change over time, and that's totally fine. But we don't make progress until we begin. So this part of the semester, you need to start working on that. I really look forward to seeing those. You can investigate our WordPress site. I have a number of the digital portfolios from the previous fall, the fall of 2013, that semester, posted, both the digital portfolios and the video. So go ahead and look through some of those for some ideas about what they've done in the past, and I hope that will inspire you for what you'll be doing in the future. So last week we looked at 2 of the main political institutions in American politics, the Congress and the presidency. Those, of course, are people who are elected to office and held accountable by the voters. They face the voters if they please the voters in some way. They have a chance to be returned to office, and if not, we'll find new ones to be in office. This week we're moving towards the unelected part of the American government. We'll have a chance to examine the bureaucracy and the judiciary, both hugely important to American political life and to the kinds of decisions that influence us in our daily lives. Now, the president and the Congress may get more attention in the news media, but they're not necessarily more important than the bureaucracy and the judiciary. And so I really want you to pay close attention to the political nature of the bureaucracy and the judiciary. And what I mean the political nature is that even though they are not elected, they don't run for office, they don't face the voters, both institutions are political through and through. So the leaders of the bureaucracy and our judges in the judiciary, they are selected by politicians. They will be chosen by the president, and in many cases they will need to be confirmed by the Senate. Well, you can assume that the president and the leaders of the Senate have their own political goals in terms of what they think would be good policy, and also partisan goals. They're struggling for control over the Congress and the presidency. So those institutions will have political judgments about who is selected to serve and who will be confirmed to serve. The judiciary and the bureaucracy are political in that, as institutions themselves, they have to make choices, make decisions regarding the policy issues that they face, and decide what they will do, what policies they will accept, or what rulings they will issue, and which ones they will reject or deny. Now, those decisions are political, not that they're necessarily partisan. I'm not saying that the bureaucrats and the judges think like Republicans and Democrats, but they will have their own ideological perspective in whether they prefer a more conservative set of policies, a more liberal set of policies, what kinds of policies they think will be good for the country, and which ones they will think will be harmful for the country. And because they have discretion to make regulations for the bureaucracy or rulings for the judiciary, they have things that will guide them, right? They have institutional rules, they have institutional norms, but ultimately they have this discretion to make choices. those choices will be political. The bureaucracy and the judiciary are also fundamentally political in that in making the decisions, whether it's the regulations for the bureaucracy or the rulings for the judiciary, the people making the decisions will be attentive to what the political implications for their own institutions are in those decisions. And in other words, they're trying to think about what is good for the country and what is right for the country, what they should pursue and what they should reject. But while they're thinking about the impact of their decisions on the country, they will also think about the impact of those decisions on their own institutions. Will it discredit the judiciary or the bureaucracy? Will it create great public upheaval? Will it make the Congress or the president think about putting pressure on them to change those rulings or those regulations? So they are keenly attentive to their own political positions in American politics. Finally, the bureaucracy and the judiciary, they are attentive to how the public will think about them. That doesn't mean that they do public opinion polling necessarily to make their decisions, but they understand that they can only push the public in a particular direction so far without facing fairly substantial resistance. To the extent that bureaucrats and judges are politically savvy, and the best ones certainly are, they will have a sense about what is possible for them as they seek to move the country forward. I have a lot of admiration for those who serve in the bureaucracy and the judiciary. Not all of them, they're not all great people all the time, but by and large, these are people who choose to serve their country in fields that are not especially lucrative. They could make a lot more money, the good ones could make a lot more money elsewhere, but they do so because they have, I think, a commitment to public service and to the American political system. So read about them carefully, study them thoroughly, and see if you can learn more. So by the end of the week, that you'll have a more keen understanding of the roles that the bureaucracy and the judiciary may play in American political life. So have a good week. I'm sure I'll be checking back with you. Take care. Talk to you soon.